Trail cam Dan, what did he see? A beaver, a badger, a fox or a bee? Trail cam Dan, what did he see? A beaver, a badger, a fox or a bee? Only me! Hello everybody! Trail cam Dan here again. What a wonderful day, the weather's changed, it's got really bright, it's got really sunny, it's got really hot. Very, very excited. Right, today we're doing something special. Now, I knew this was going to happen. As soon as I started this channel, I was going to be inundated with people asking me which trail cam should I get. Now, I can only tell you about the trail cams I've used or I've got access to. Fair enough, yeah? So, I have got 3 trail cams of my own. I've got 2 of my friend Neil's, and I've got 1 of Mark and Sam's, who are on the campsite as well. So we've got 6 different trail cams. I am going to be running through them all, doing various tests on them, and then it'll give you an idea to see what you think, what you get for your money, what you need to buy. Before we do all that, I do have to say a massive thank you to John Player Special. One of my friends has sent me this lovely belt. Can you see it? How lovely is this? Now, it's got pockets at the back which I think are to hold camera lenses or something, but it fits these as well, look. Can you see that? It perfect fit. 6 John Smiths, which are camouflaged beers by the way. 6 John Smiths on me all the time, so I don't have to keep running back to my bag, getting a beer, blah de blah. I've got them on me all the time. I'm loving that, so thank you very much. Lovely gift. Right. So yeah, we're going to do a big test today. I need my phone. I've left my phone over there. Hang on. So I've seen lots of videos like this before with various different cameras and trail cameras, GoPros, things like this. You line up a load of cameras, get the same shots and see the difference in the quality. Doing it myself this time. So I've already got it lined up for you. Are you ready? 6 beautiful trail cams, all lined up. I even drilled holes myself and everything. I've got that sorted out myself. That is in the prime position. This is my favourite spot. This is where we do get a lot of badger activity. So fingers crossed it's the right place. So what are we after? What I am looking for to do this test is to see which trail cam has the best picture through the day and through the night. Yep. The best video through the day, through the night. The best volume, because they've all got volume as well, I think. And the best battery life. I think that's a fair way to see how good these are, don't you? Right, so I'll tell you which trail cams we have got to work with. I'll make it quite quick because I'll be talking about it a lot more when we come to the results. So, starting at this end, this is Mark and Sam's. This is called a Ceyomur CY65. Ceyomur. It's a 30 megapixel picture, 1296p video. It is from Amazon. You can get, I'm going to give you the prices of what I found them at today. You can get this on Amazon today for £64.98. It does say the recommended retail price is £100.99. Number 2, one of Neil's. This is by a company called Elepawl. I'll have to show you that one. Elepawl trail cam. It's 12 megapixels, 1080p video, and you can't get that anymore. I believe the company's gone bust, I think, but I cannot find anywhere in the world where you can buy that. Moving on, this is a Maginon. I'll show you again because you're going to want to know how to spell these, aren't you? Maginon WK4 HDW. Now that is 16 megapixels, 1920 by 1080p video. This was an Aldi product. About £79.99, or you could buy it as like a kit for £120, £130, which had like a security, you know, like a box around it so that nobody could steal it. So I think they called it a professional kit, but that's an Aldi special. Again, I don't think you can get it anymore. These three are now my new three. We have got a Vanbar D700. That's how you spell it. 48 megapixels, 4K video. I got this off Amazon for £89.99. It was £109.99. Next is a Maxdone PH800. There you go. 32 megapixels, 4K video. Got it off Amazon for £63.99. It was £79.99. Last but not least is the Campark TC06. There you go. 60 megapixels and 4K video. I got this for £99.99. Recommended retail price £119.99. So there you go. I am going to turn these on. We're going to have them here for about, probably about 40 hours. 2 nights. It's like mid-afternoon now. I'm going to leave it tonight, tomorrow night, and then I'll collect them the following morning. Go through them, get you a picture of day, night, video, day, night, sound, battery, tell you all about it, give you my honest opinion, and then you can make up your mind and see if any of these are for you. What do you think? I can't do more than that, can I? I can't tell you how good a trail cam is if I ain't got the trail cam. I can only show you the 6 I've got access to, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to oh, by the way, I've put all the settings exactly the same. The only difference being, obviously, if it's I've basically put them all up to their highest resolution in picture and video. So if it says it's, for example, 60 megapixels picture, some of them say 12 megapixels picture, then I can only go to the highest which is available. That's fair. That's perfectly fair. You want to see the best pictures you can get out of each trail cam. So we'll leave them there now. I just need to turn them all on. I've got fresh batteries in. All the batteries are the same. All got new SD cards in. This is a true experiment to see which of these will perform the best. And another thing I'm going to do is see how many pictures each of them take. For example, it takes 100 pictures. How many of them pictures actually catch something on the picture? How many of them are just false readings? Yeah, that's something else you want to know, because you do get false readings, you do get false pictures. Maybe it might be the light coming through the tree sets it off, or the leaf set it off. We don't want that. But what I am going to do before I go, once I've turned it on, is just clear any kind of sweeping leaves well away from the camera, so nothing should set it off apart from a beaver, a badger, a fox, or a bee. All cameras are on, so we're up and running. Obviously I'm going to be cutting these clips out of me just walking in front of it. What I have done though is I've put this in front. This is a salt lick for the deer, for horses, for deer, things like that. I had it in a tree, but I had it too high because the deer around here are very short. The muntjac deer, which are like tiny little things, and roe deer, very young ones. So they never even smelt it, they never tried to get to it. So I've put it on the floor here, maybe that might attract them. Anyway, we'll leave it at that, and we will be back in 40 hours. So the testing is over. The 6 soldiers have returned from the battlefield, and I've been putting them through vigorous tests, giving them marks out of 10, deciding which I think is the best quality image through the day, at night, video through the day, video at night, sound quality. how good its batteries performed, how many shots it took, how many fake shots it took. I've gone through everything. So I'm going to go through now. I'll show you the images from each camera in turn, from this end up to this end. What I will point out to start with, now firstly, I didn't give it the 40 hours, which I said I was going to do. Anyone who does trail camming will know you can't wait. You just can't wait. It's like a kid waking up on Christmas morning. You want to get out there and see what you've caught. So I went out there hoping I'd got enough shots overnight. They'd only had 20 hours outside filming, and luckily we got a lot of great shots, so test successful. What I will warn you about though is one of the things caught, which I'm going to be showing with all these camera footage, because it was good daylight footage, was a poor fox. A fox with mange, limping. It doesn't look like it's got long to live, but it's very good for showing the experiment. But I feel sorry for that fox. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Let's start with number one. I'll do a voiceover on each of these, show you the image quality and tell you the ups and downs of each one as we go along. So let's start with the Ceyomur. So the Ceyomur, I hope I'm saying that right, Ceyomur CY65. So this one took 29 shots, 25 of them actually caught animals and 4 of them didn't catch anything. Starting with the daytime picture, very good quality, very good quality. You can see all the leaves and everything in fantastic detail. You can see the fox in very good detail. Look at the state of the poor thing. The only downside really is the light coming through the trees. It's not coping with that light very well. Moving on to the nighttime picture, excellent, really good sharp leaves on the back, even going way back there. The animal's a bit blurry, but obviously because it was moving, but yeah, very, very impressed with that. Now video through the day, crystal clear, apart from again the light in the top corner coming through. It didn't cope with that very well. Video at night, fantastic, can't really fault that. And as for volume, I'm going to use the same clip for this for all of them. It's me talking in front of the camera, so I'll just use the same one. What I have done though, I've put this in front. This is a salt lick for the deer, for horses, for deer, things like that. I had it in a tree. Very good volume on this. I gave that 7 out of 10. It's pretty clear. Compared to some of them, it's pretty good anyway. Battery, it came about halfway. Compared to the others, it had 60% battery left when I picked it up. So overall, seems a pretty good camera. This is Mark's, he's just got this, he hasn't actually used it yet. He's given me it to test out, so yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. For the money, I think he's got a good deal there. Moving on to the Elepawl. I hope I'm saying that one right as well. So this took 38 shots, which came 4th overall. 26 of them were of animals, 12 false readings. That's quite a lot for 38 shots. So it didn't perform very well on there. On the pictures, so daytime picture, you can see that magpie very well. Again, struggling with the light in the background. You've got to remember, I haven't got this these trail cams set up. You're meant to face them north, by the way, so that you don't get the sun glare. But as you can see, it's not caught brilliantly with that, but the actual picture of the ground is crystal clear. And the fox there is a bit blurry, but again, moving, and it's a bit dark, but good quality. Picture at night, excellent. Very impressed with that. A bit dark around the edges, but yeah, quite impressed with that. Video through the day. Now this is where I felt it let this one down. I don't find the videos very sharp compared to the other ones, and even at night, just a bit of blur there, and you can see how bright it is just in the centre. The animals who come right to the front and in the centre, it's just too bright. The surrounding trees are quite nice, but yeah, not impressed with that. And as for the volume, I put this in front. This is the salt lick for the deer, for horses, for deer, things like that. I had it in a tree. this was the worst for the volume. Could hardly hear me talking, very quiet, so I wouldn't get this hoping to get some nice chirpy noises of birds and things. And it also performed, oh no, it performed the best for battery, believe it or not. Still had 70% left on it. Onto the Maginon WK4 HDW. Now this took more shots than any other. 74 shots, 59 of them were good, 15 of them were false. You've got to remember, all of these were right next to each other for the same period of time, and it's amazing that some can take twice as many shots, whether it be video or photo, as the other. And they all had the same settings and everything. So yeah, this actually came out first for the most shots. But were they any good? So the picture. Firstly, a picture of the pigeon there is crystal clear. The pigeon itself, again, light shining in the corner, but that's just the angle I've got the camera at. Yeah, the daytime picture there is very good, but what I did notice with this one is on the fox picture, it's gone into like dusk mode. None of the other cameras did. This was at, what, 9:53 at night, and it was obviously still light outside because all the other cameras were still on daytime mode. But it did pick the fox up before, right in the bottom corner, which is before any of the others did. So that was quite unusual. That was unlike any of the others. As for video, as you can see, the rabbit is crystal clear, the pigeon is crystal clear, but the fox, again, isn't in daylight mode, but it's quite a nice shot, that, in dusk mode. I quite like that. And the video at night, very good. Again, not much brightness further afield, but close up, that's pretty good. I had it in a tree, but I had it too high because the deer around here are very short. The muntjac deer, which are like tiny little things. I felt the volume on this was pretty good. I've given that 7 out of 10. I'm quite happy with that. The battery didn't perform brilliantly. It was at 42%. It's actually got a battery indicator on it though, which is a good thing for these cameras. So now we're moving on to my 3, which you would expect to be the best 3 because they are all 4K video and they're all quite high resolution pictures. But let's start with the Vanbar D700. Now, the picture on this I thought was pretty poor. Quite blurry. Not impressed at all on the daytime. The fox is a bit blurry as well. The rabbit there, not crystal clear. Now the nighttime, completely different story. That badger is very, very clear. Very good picture at night. And the video now then. This is a bit of a problem with the Vanbar. The video quality, I feel, is fantastic. Crystal clear, really like it, very happy with it. But can you tell? It's jumpy. Through the day and at night. It's just got a jumpy feel to it. And I'll tell you exactly why. Because when you put it up to 4K, it only works in 10 frames per second, which is not very good at all. Like the one coming up at the end, the Campark, is 30 frames a second in 4K. So that is why it's jumpy. If it wasn't jumpy, if it would do 20-30 frames a second, I'd be very happy with that footage. It's crystal clear, very good, but have to mark points off for the jumpiness. So we're up and running. Obviously I'm going to be cutting these clips out of me just walking in front of it. What I have done though, I've put this in front. This is a salt lick for the deer, for horses, for deer, things like that. I had it in a tree, but I had it too high. The volume on this one was the best of the lot. Very clear, very loud, well, joint best. But the battery was the worst. 44% battery left by the time I picked them up. So it's strange, you know, I've got here one of the best videos, apart from the jumpiness, the best volume, the worst battery. It's got big positives and big downside. So the thing with this one is if you didn't have it on 4K, it wouldn't be as jumpy in the video, but then you aren't getting 4K quality. But yeah, ups and downs with that one. Almost forgot to tell you, that one took 56 pictures, 49 of them actually had animals on them and 7 of them were false, which is pretty good. So moving on to the Maxdone, the PH800. Now this one had 58 shots, 45 of them were good, 13 were false, so it got the second highest amount of images and videos. Now the thing about this is the Vanbar, the last one I showed you, that was 48 megapixel pictures. This one is 32 megapixel pictures, so you'd expect the Vanbar to be better, but this one performed better. The amount of megapixels doesn't necessarily mean it is going to be a better photo. So the pictures on this one were incredible. Daytime and nighttime, slight blurriness with the fox as you can see, but the magpie one was crystal clear. Moving on to the video again, crystal clear. You can see all the trees. The light's a problem on all of them I've noticed so far as I'm looking through them again, but the nighttime footage for this does it for me. Absolutely beautiful. You can see pretty much the whole picture, very clear, not too much brightness in the badger's eyes. Very, very happy with that. I'm going to be cutting these clips out of me just walking in front of it. What I have done though is I've put this in front. This is a salt lick for the deer. Volume pretty average but good. Certainly not the worst. It's acceptable. I really wish you could have proper high quality microphones in these, but no one seems to have mastered it yet. And the battery performed pretty well, certainly up there in the top 3 or 4 of all of the trail cams. Overall, for the picture and the video on this, it ranks highly. But I'm going to go into that in more detail later. Right, now we're going on to the Campark TC06, which is the one I've been using for the last year or so. See how that performs. So the Campark, right, it took 34 shots, 28 were good, 6 were false, which only put it in 5th place. Now, I think this must be something to do with this being at the end. This one at the end and the one at the other end took less shots than the ones in the middle, and that's all I can put this down to. This is a 60 megapixel picture, and I think you'll agree from the pictures, you can tell with this, their quality. The fox isn't too blurry, centre screen, but then we had a problem with this one. There was like an interference on the night time. It's as if the other cameras next to it were interfering with it, and the pictures and the video didn't come out. So I thought, well, that ruins the whole experiment really. So all I could do is, well, I'll come into it later. Let's just show you a daytime video first. Here is the fox. Look at that, it's crystal clear. Beautiful picture. I want to cry every time I see this poor fox walking away. So yes, the nighttime video, look, it just, the light the IR didn't pop in, it didn't work. So I have put some clips in here of a few days ago using the same camera, and as you can see, it lights up the entire area. The badger is crystal clear, his eyes aren't too glary. Really, really impressed with that. You can see every leaf in every direction. All cameras are on, so we're up and running. Obviously I'm going to be cutting these clips out of me just walking in front of it. And the sound quality is very good. That's usable in clips. Quite happy with that. And the battery performed better than any other battery. It was still at 80%. So that is all 6. That is what I've found out about them. Let me now get back to the table and we'll discuss it with a big roundup. So it's time for the roundup. What do you think? Have you picked your best yet from the footage I showed you? Is there any of these you would get? Now, my girlfriend's just told me, Mazzy has just told me a few things I didn't point out. Quality. Now, the quality on all trail cams does seem to be pretty similar. They're all built very similar. They all look very similar. All the controls are very similar. Once you've used one, you can use any of them. You won't even need instructions. They're so simple once you've done it for the first time. You will notice 5 of these I've got 120 degrees 3 sensors on them. This is the only one which doesn't. Ease of use, all as easy as each other. There's just one of them. Is it the Vanbar? Basically, if I can just open one up for you and show you, try and show you. All of them have an on, an off, and a settings in the middle. Now, there's one of them has the off. You have the off at one end, then the settings, then on, which is the way they are all laid out. Apart from one, which has it the other way around, and I think it's the Vanbar. Let me check this, because you need to know. Indeed it is. The on is on the right hand side, so you've got to remember to put it the opposite way to all the other ones if you've got a few of them. So that I find quite complicating. And this one at the end, the Ceyomur, this is the only one with a little flap which opens at the bottom rather than the entire unit. So I'll just show you that. It's just a little flap there. I've not seen that on any others I've had before, but very easy to use. So that's the only difference, is really, some of them have SD cards, some of them have micro SD cards. Doesn't make any difference, but I do prefer to use SD cards because they're a bit bigger, and it's very easy to drop one when you're out in the field trying to collect your micro SD cards. So I've tried my very best to do a proper test on these, not be biased just because these 3 are mine, and I've tried to be honest about this one. So the results, Neil's 2 I've actually got in 5th place, both equal 5th place. What was that for? Mainly the video quality themselves. I just didn't think they were as sharp as the other ones. I've got in 4th place the Vanbar, which is one of mine. It was very good, pictures and video, very good. But because of the jumpiness in the picture in 4K, I think that's a real off-put. To me, that can't be used in 4K. So to me, that as a video, someone who makes videos, that isn't much good to me because it's such a poor quality, 10 frames per second. You want it 30 frames per second. So that came 4th because the quality's there, it's just that frames per second which lets that down. In 3rd place I have gone for the Ceyomur. I think this was £65. A very good budget one to get. That did very well overall, really. Just above average on everything. There wasn't anything really letting it down, so quite a good one there. The Maxdone, this was the overall value for money for me. This came in 2nd place. The pictures, the image quality was absolutely fantastic. And I think that was £63.99 I got that at. But I don't know if that was reduced from 110. I don't know if it was a special offer or what. That was off Amazon. So for a budget price, good one. Highly recommend that. Very good. But my overall winner, which doesn't surprise me to be honest, is my Campark. The image quality day and night, the video quality day and night is just superb. I really can't see how it can get any better. Volume, as I say, I'd love them all to have better volume, they're just not up to that yet. And the battery, best battery out of them all. So overall, definitely that one. I think that was £100. You know, would you rather get something for £64 and save a bit of money, or do you want the best of the best at £100? It's quite a difference. You can nearly get, well, you could get 3 of them for the price of 2 of them, pretty much. So it's up to you, you know. I'm just showing you my views, what I think of them all. I would stick with my Campark one. I think it's brilliant. But as a value for money, definitely the Maxdone PH800 and the Ceyomur CY65 are very good options. These two, by the way, are not available anymore anyway. But I wouldn't personally get the Vanbar one again. So that's my opinions. So the overall winner for me is the Campark TC06. What did you think? Did you learn anything? Remember, we all want trail cams for different reasons. I want them to make good videos. I need the good quality. Some people just want to see what's in the garden, so don't disregard the very, very cheap ones. They might do the job that you want. Take some of Neil's, for example. I didn't find some of the quality was there, but they did take more pictures than some of the others. So, you know, if you just want to know what's in your garden, just go out there and find a bargain. Did I waste my time? You know, you can go back and look at the video clip, see what you think yourself, make your own minds up. But that's what I think. It's only my opinion, isn't it? So, the overall most asked question I ever get on this channel so far, which trail cam should I get? That's the 6 I have access to, and that's my honest opinions. So don't ask me again until I've got a few more trail cams, yeah? I'll always send you back to this video. Right, thank you all for watching, guys. I will see you on the next one. You all take care, happy snapping, and get out there and get some footage yourself. See you all soon. Bye-bye. Trail cam Dan, what did he see? A beaver, a badger, a fox or a bee? Trail cam Dan, what did he see? A beaver, a badger, a fox or a bee?